Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to transition your carpet to a really thick tile. This is set up higher than an average tile because it was installed on a plywood floor, so they had to put the extra board underneath of it to sturdy the floor up for the tile install, which obviously raised the tile up. So typically what you would want for a nice finish from your carpet to your tile transition, you want the floor about level with your tile. Your tile is going to be the perfect thickness for a nice smooth transition from carpet to tile. And if your tile is too much higher than your carpet, you're going to have this edge right here that is going to be unpleasant on your feet when you walk over it barefooted. You're going to feel that little bit of a sharp edge right there. When just because your carpet's going to be squishy and this is solid, you're going to feel that sharp edge on the tile right there. So we want to make this as smooth as possible whenever we walk over it with our bare feet. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so what we're going to use to build this up is a 3/8 carpet shim. As you can see, this tapers down. It goes practically to nothing to 3/8 of an inch right here. Okay, so this is a carpet ramp or carpet shim or whatever you'd like to call it. I think the actual name for it is carpet shim. Since this is just a regular doorway here, we're going to take and measure this. This is really easy to cut. I always use my carpet knife. If I had to get into detail and stuff like that, I'd probably use a saw on it, but these are really easy to cut. So I'm going to mark this at about 30, let's see here, about 30 1/4 inches. By the way, these carpet shims come 32 inches long, okay? So that's kind of like your traditional inside door is 32 inches. So that's why they come that. Anyway, let me get a mark here, about 30 1/4. And like I said, this stuff is really easy to cut, so I'm just going to get me a score mark right there. I'll be real careful not to slide off and cut my carpet there. So get me a little bit of a score mark, maybe twice, and then I'm just going to bend it back and break it right off there, okay? Now this should fit pretty good right there. And if you don't feel comfortable with just nailing this down, however, I always do just nail it down. You can always put you some liquid nail or PL8 or whatever kind of construction adhesive that you would want to stick underneath here. I just put me a few nails here and a few nails here, and then also when I put my tack strip on it, there's going to be a row of nails in the back that goes all the way through this into the subfloor itself. So if you don't feel comfortable with just nailing it, by all means glue it, okay? And let me just show you the side of this real fast so you can see what it looks like. So this is the actual side of it right there. You can see that it does taper down to nothing, and the thickest point of this is right here to 3/8 of an inch. These do come in a 1/4 inch up to a 1/2 inch if I ain't mistaken. And to hammer these down, I am using a ring shank sheetrock nails. This is what I use for my tack strip to install tack strip. Like I said, it's going to be a few right across there. It is really important that you clean your floor real good. I actually took and vacuumed my subfloor out really good before I done that. You don't want to have garbage underneath there. It's going to be crackling and popping and stuff like that whenever you walk on it if you leave garbage underneath of your carpet shim. So if you can see that right there, that actually come right to the bottom of the tile. The thickness of that board came right to the bottom of the tile, and that's exactly what we want to have a nice flowing transition from our carpet to our tile. If it gets a little higher, your carpet's going to be just a little bit too high, or if it's lower, then you're going to feel the edge of the tile like I talked about earlier. So that actually worked out perfect using a 3/8 shim on that. Okay, now that we got that done, our next step is to cut our tack strip and place there. So what I use to cut my tack strip are actual tack strip cutters. A lot of guys will use a hatchet or 10 snips or whatever. However, they do make actual tack strip cutters. These are Crane number 450, and I have had these for over 20 years. Let's see, about 22 years now. So they're really long lasting. Now I want to put some of the longer nails that they will go all the way through the tack strip and the shim and reach the subfloor. Okay, now that we got all that done, I'm going to go ahead, make all my release cuts so I can get the carpet all up in there nicely as it's going to go. Okay, I think we're pretty good with that right there. Now I'm just going to give it a few kicks with the kicker. You don't have to get all crazy or nothing like that with it. This is just a little bit, maybe a 5-foot hallway right here, so it's not too dramatic. And as I kick it up, I'm going to hold my stretch with the tack. So as soon as I kick it, I want to make sure it sticks. That way it catches that bite, because if you kick it and then you wait around, it instantly tries to come back. Did you notice that right there? So as you got your stretch, you want to then clamp it on the tack strip, okay? Right there. That's a perfect catch. And all I'm doing there is just mashing it down on that tack strip that we placed there. That way it gets a good bite. Those tack strip nails are angled that direction toward the tile. So when the carpet goes over it like that and then it comes back, it gets a hold and it stops it from coming back. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and make my side cuts here. I will get really close, show you how I do the other side there. Okay, so we got our little centerpiece here that we are working, that our door will shut to. So I want to take my carpet knife and slit straight down right to the side of both of those. And then I'll just take my fingers and fold this back. You don't want to cut it off flush. You want to leave just a little bit to tuck underneath that door jamb right there. And you want to do that all the way around. So just cut it, fold it back, leave yourself about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 inch, depending on how high it's raised up on the actual door jamb itself, okay? If you cut it flush, it's going to look short whenever you work your carpet up to it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do this little area too. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. So this is what it should look like after you get it all trimmed down. You can notice it's there, there, and there. It is different, cut to different lengths. That way whenever you tuck it, it's going to look really nice. Okay, so this is now stuck on the tack strip, trimmed in both sides and stuff like that. So now what I want to do, go ahead and get this cut, trimmed, and packed in there. So I'm going to do half with my carpet trimmer and half with my carpet knife, just to show the DIY people that it is able to be done with just a carpet knife if they do not have a carpet trimmer. So I trimmed that off with my carpet trimmer, leaving approximately just as close as I can get to 1/8 of an inch. See there, I'm about 1/8 of an inch to tuck in the gully. It's going to be perfect. Now I'm going to do this side with my carpet knife, and it's going to end up looking just exactly like it did with the carpet trimmer. The advantage of the carpet trimmer on something like this is you get a perfectly straight cut, and it by all means is a lot faster. So I'm just actually pushing the carpet down snugly onto the tile. That way I can have a nice crease to cut and get a nice accurate cut, leaving again about 1/8 of an inch to tuck right there in the gully. Now what I want to do is take this carpet seam sealer, which is a latex binding agent, and I'm going to squirt it right dead in the gully there. The gully is the gap between the tack strip and the tile there. So I want to pretty much put a nice little bead right in that gully there and tuck my carpet in it. That's going to prevent any fraying or any loose strings coming out for a long time to come. This is a very important step to this process, is latex. I do want to point out that, look, see, I'm not taking and just mashing the fibers in my gully there. As I tuck it in there, I am pulling the fibers back with my stair tool and pushing the backing of the carpet in first, rather than just pushing all of the nap down in the gully and making it look rough. If you'll take your stair tool or whatever you're using to do your tucking with and pull your nap back and get to the backing and push the backing in there, you're going to end up with a beautiful looking transition. So we just want to do a little rub there, get all the little strings that's sticking out, trim them off, make it look all pretty, and anything that's not sticking out is never going to come out, since I used the latex in that gully right there. It's going to stay beautiful just like that for many years to come. Here's just a few little pictures. See right there, even with the light coming across it, you cannot see the ramp right at the end of it at all. Perfectly seamless right there. That is exactly how it should be right there. I hope you liked this video, and I hope it was beneficial for you. If you liked it, smash that like button for me. And until next time,